Welcome to Charles Travels, the podcast where we explore the world and all its wonders. I'm your host, Charles, and I'm thrilled to have you join me on this journey of discovery. Today, we're going to take a trip to Japan, a country steeped in tradition and culture. From the majestic cherry blossoms to the tranquil tea ceremonies, Japan is a place where ancient customs meet modern innovation. As we delve into the world of traditional Japanese culture, I want to introduce you to Shogo Yamaguchi, a 30-year-old cultural enthusiast who has made it his mission to share Japan's rich heritage with the world. With nearly 2 million subscribers on YouTube, Shogo's channel, Let's Ask Shogo, has become a go-to destination for anyone interested in learning about Japanese traditions, from martial arts to music and beyond. As I spoke with Shogo, I was struck by his passion for preserving Japan's cultural identity. He believes that traditional culture thrives in a peaceful society where people can come together to appreciate the beauty of art, nature, and community. In a world that's increasingly fast-paced and globalized, Shogo's message is a powerful reminder of the importance of holding on to our cultural roots. But Japan is also a country that's not immune to challenges. The justice system, for example, has been criticized for being too slow to respond to wrongful convictions. Just last year, an 89-year-old man named Iwa Hakamada was finally acquitted after spending 42 years on death row. This case has sparked calls for reform, and the Japanese government is now reviewing its retrial system to ensure that justice is served in a timely and fair manner. As we explore Japan's complex and fascinating culture, we're reminded that even in the most traditional of societies, there is always room for growth, change, and innovation. Whether it's through social media, education, or community engagement, there are countless ways to promote cross-cultural understanding and appreciation. So join me as we continue our journey through Japan, exploring its vibrant cities, stunning landscapes, and rich cultural heritage. We'll meet more inspiring individuals like Shogo Yamaguchi, who are dedicated to preserving the best of Japanese tradition while embracing the possibilities of the modern world. We'll be right back with more fascinating travel adventures on Charles Travels. Welcome back to Charles Travels, dear listeners. I hope you're enjoying the journey so far. As we continue to explore the world and all its wonders, I'd like to take a moment to reflect on some fascinating stories that caught my attention recently. You know, as travelers, we often find ourselves pondering life's big questions. What is the meaning of life? How do we find purpose in our journey? These are questions that have puzzled philosophers, artists, and everyday people for centuries. I came across a story that resonated with me, where James Bailey decided to write to some well-known individuals to hear their thoughts on this very question. The responses were thought-provoking, to say the least. From Hilary Mantel's notion that life may not have a meaning in the abstract, but can have a purpose if we decide so, to Susan Pollack's heartfelt account of how a simple act of kindness after the Holocaust changed her life's trajectory. These stories remind us that our experiences, no matter how big or small, shape who we are and what we believe in. As I delved deeper into these conversations, I stumbled upon an interview with Mickey Dolenz, the last surviving member of the Monkees. Now, I must admit that my appreciation for the group was largely influenced by their impact on mainstream music, but listening to Mickey's reflections on their legacy and the era they represented was truly enlightening. It's amazing how certain periods in history can be encapsulated in a single band or movement, isn't it? But as we explore these stories, we're also reminded of the complexities and challenges of our world today. I read an analysis by David Smith, The Guardian's Washington, D.C. bureau chief, warning that America is sleepwalking into authoritarianism. It's a sobering reminder of the importance of staying informed and engaged in the world around us. And finally, I'd like to share with you a delightful story about an artist who decided to see his city from a new perspective, literally. Josh Nicholas sketched his way through Melbourne's tram route 35, capturing the energy and chaos of everyday life in watercolor. It's a beautiful reminder that even in familiar places, there's always more to discover. As we take a moment to reflect on these stories, I hope you're inspired to ponder your own place in the world and the journeys that shape us. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Charles Travels. Welcome back to Charles Travels. As we conclude our journey today, I'd like to take you to a place where the pursuit of knowledge and freedom of speech are fundamental pillars of American society, the university campus. But, for some students, the right to express their opinions and engage in academic discourse is being threatened. I've been following a story that has left me both concerned and perplexed. The Trump administration's attempt to deport college students who are pro-Palestinian, citing national security concerns, raises important questions about the limits of free speech and the role of government in policing dissenting voices on campus. Anamona Hartokalis, a national reporter for the New York Times covering higher education, has been investigating these cases, and her findings are troubling. As I delved into this story, I couldn't help but think about the countless students I've met over the years who have come to America seeking knowledge, opportunity, and a chance to make their voices heard. These young people are the future leaders of our world, and it's imperative that we protect their right to express themselves freely, without fear of reprisal or deportation. But what's at stake here goes beyond individual cases. It's about the very fabric of American academia. If the government can target students for their political views, it sends a chilling message to everyone on campus that certain topics are off limits and that expressing dissenting opinions can have serious consequences. This is not only a betrayal of the principles of free speech, but also a threat to the diversity of thought and ideas that makes American universities great. As I travel across this country, I've seen firsthand the importance of preserving our democratic values, particularly in rural areas where community colleges play a vital role in fostering critical thinking and civic engagement. The attack on free speech is not limited to urban campuses. It has far-reaching implications for small towns and local communities, where the exchange of ideas and perspectives is essential for growth and understanding. In this season of change, as we reflect on the values that unite us as Americans, I'm reminded of the wisdom found in small towns, where community and compassion often prevail over partisan politics. It's a lesson that we can apply to our national conversation, one that encourages us to listen more deeply to each other's stories and to find common ground, even in the face of disagreement. As we conclude today's journey, I want to leave you with a sense of hope and a call to action. Let us continue to celebrate the dignity of ordinary work, the beauty of everyday life, and the importance of tradition, while also recognizing the power of individual stories to shape our collective future. Let us take the back roads, explore the wisdom found in small towns, and cherish the regional differences that make America so unique. That's all for today's Charles Travels. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, keep on traveling.